There are people who are on the verge because of the struggle of taking things into your own hand. Of just for a moment, listen to me, just for a moment, stepping out of God's way. Stepping out of God, just for a moment. And here's what you tell yourself: I'm just going to do this one time, just to get this right, just to hit back, just to let them know I'm not playing. There's a tug on you. Listen, to step outside of God's will. It was the same temptation that Satan put before Jesus. He said, listen, if you just bow down to me, if you just real quick, nobody will see it, just real quick, just bow down. Come out of God's will just for a second to get what you're after. Same temptation he gets us with. Come out of God's will just this time to get caught up. Come out of God's will just this time to get over. Come out of God's will just this time to end the problem. The same temptation David had as Saul was coming against him. Come out of God's will just one time. Let me kill Saul and then I can go back to business. Lord, I'll be back. I'll come back to your will. There's something that tugged at his heart and said, no, if I come out of God's will to handle this enemy, there's something in my soul that every time I get into a difficult situation, I'm going to take it into my own hands. I'm going to go in the flesh, because once it's possible for me to come out of God's will to deal with the difficult things, the next time there's a difficult thing, it's a slippery slope. I'm just going to keep coming out of God's will to get what I need done. He said, no, I'm going to fight this battle up front. I'm going to stay in God's will. I know this man's trying to kill me. I'm going to stay in God's will. I know he's lied. I'm going to stay in God's will every chance he's gotten. I've been good to him. He's throwing spears at me. I'm going to stay in God's will. I know it's difficult, and I'm sure he was frustrated. I'm sure the people around him were frustrated, because it's not only you, David, it's affecting all of us, and you're unwilling to deal with Saul. He said, I know that this sounds crazy. I know that he's our problem. I know that you're all risking your lives, but I just can't do it. I'm in a difficult spot, but I cannot come out of God's will to take out this problem that is before me. I don't know how, but I know in my spirit, and if I submit myself to God, and if I'm upright before him, and if I walk before him, I know if the word spoken over my life is really the truth, if I'm really supposed to be anointed as king, if I'm really called to be a ruler, if that's really the destiny for my life. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I trust him. I trust him to do it. I trust him to do it without me veering to the left or the right. I trust him to do it without me lying because they lied. I trust him to do it by staying in the center of his will. I don't know how he's going to do it, but testify to somebody, but he will do it.